Hi everybody, welcome back, glad you could tune in again. Okay, one more video on the Sabbath. This time picking up another comment that one of the students made during our discussion on this subject a few days ago. We were talking about how easy we find it ourselves to rest on the Lord's Day. And one of the students remarked that his parents helped a great deal because they said that he doesn't have to do his chores on Sunday. And we just thought about that in the context of Exodus chapter 20. Clearly, this young man's mum and dad have reflected on the teaching of Exodus 20, verse 10. The seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, nor your son, nor your daughter, and so on. In other words, mum and dad in this family have clearly realised we've got a responsibility to make sure that our kids can rest. It's not just that we kick back and relax and they have to do all the housework. We're going to try and rest, and we're going to try and ensure that they can too. Mum and dad have responsibility for the kids, so they give rest to the children. Great for the children. Except, the question then arises, are mum and dad actually able to rest? And this is the challenge that I put before that young man and the whole group as we were talking about this. That's wonderful for a child, isn't it? If you've got a little baby or you've got a young child, every parent knows that kids don't know the difference between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Diapers need changing, food needs cooking, mess needs wiping up from the floor. All the usual housework needs to be done every day of the week. And let's be honest, in many or perhaps most households, it's mum who does most or even almost all of that work. Is mum resting on the Lord's Day? Simple truth might be, no, she's not. And so the challenge then comes, well, what could others in the household do to help her to rest on the Lord's Day? Now, clearly in many contexts where mum has got all this usual bunch of jobs to do, that's her usual vocation, her husband will be thinking, oh, okay, this is an opportunity for me to take from my wife some of the burden of her usual vocation. I'll do some of the, whatever it is, cooking, cleaning, other housework jobs and so on. So that I'm working, yeah, but it's not what I normally have to do. I'm able to give my wife a break so she's able to rest. So far so good. But then we return to the young people in the Bible and theology class. At what point, ladies and gentlemen, do you become no longer a child whose mum and dad needs to provide rest for you, but a young man or a young woman whose responsibility is actually to provide a bit of rest to your mum and dad? Have you thought that while you're resting from not doing your chores, your mum is perhaps doing all the same chores, or many of them, that she does Monday through Saturday? Might this be an opportunity for you to take that step towards being an adult? No longer being provided for all the time by other people, but seeking to provide for others. Most children want to grow into adulthood because they think of adulthood as a time of freedom. It is a time of freedom compared to being a child, but it's also a time of greater responsibility. And you are not ready for the freedom if you're not ready to take the responsibility. Here's an opportunity to take responsibility. Young men, young ladies, if you've not done so already, why not go and ask your mum? Mum, is there any way in which I, could give rest to you by taking up some of the household chores or other jobs or other responsibilities on the Lord's Day so that you can have a break? That's preparation for adulthood, because it's preparation for taking responsibilities that adults have to shoulder. Something else is worth thinking about in connection with the Lord's Day. If you've got any questions about any of this stuff, I hope you'll feel free, as always, just to ping me an email. It'd be great to be in touch with you. Maybe we could think of some more topics that would be useful for people to hear about in connection with this, or anything else you have in mind. For now, though, the Lord bless you, and I hope very much to see you soon. Bye for now.